Hi everyone, welcome to public webinars by Frappe. Welcome to yet another session where we are going to deep dive into what are the various possibilities with ERPNext. And if you're seeing me for the very first time, I'm Babita. I'm from the marketing team here at Frappe, and I actively look after social media and videos and public webinars. So, coming to our session today, we have Exacuer, one of our Indian bronze partner, and they are certified ERPNext partner. And they have enabled businesses across manufacturing, distribution, services, and non-profit sectors, to scale using ERPNext and other Frappe framework and other Frappe products. So today we have Ganesh Shafikar, who is the founder and CEO of Exacuer, Vivek Chaudhary, who is the functional consultant at Exacuer, and Tushar Joshi, who is a business analyst over there. And they are going to deliver a session on simplifying your textile businesses and simplifying all the operations you do into textile businesses. So, from sales to production, you will see how ERPNext ties everything together into one seamless workflow. So, I'll let Ganesh talk more about it. So, hi Ganesh, how are you?
Yeah, thank you, Babita. Thank you, Frappe team. I'm good. Thank you for this opportunity, Babita.
Yeah, Ganesh. So, guys, before we move ahead with the actual presentation and deep dive into the session, I would like to tell you that the chat session is enabled for everyone to add their questions. So, keep putting your questions so that Ganesh and the team Execure will take up all your questions after 30 to 35 minutes of this webinar. Okay. Yeah, the chat is
Great.
now. Yeah, over to you, Ganesh.
So, meantime, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for joining this webinar. Ganesh Safigar. I am a founder and CEO of Exacuer Global. We are 2 years old in the as an organization, and we are 1.5 year old in the ERP Next or Frappe community. So my overall experience around 25 years, mostly into the ERP, CRM, or any enterprise sales. Typically, earlier I was in a hit office, which is a construction ERP, then strategic ERP, then sell.do, then Salesforce also. But when I found out ERPNext, I was little amazed. Like, so many things we have do very easily, the flexible, the advantage of open source that is really playing very important role for a company who is burn out their fingers or burn out in the licenses cost. So thank you so much, ERPNext, to take us as a partner. So today we are going to share the complete use case of textile manufacturing, which we have done last year, and now it's live. So before that, I will introduce myself, my team, and journey with the ERPNext. So yeah. So our journey with the ERPNext is basically we are a certified partner. Thank you so much, complete Frappe team, who has always believed on us and our delivery. Mostly we worked on the manufacturing and distribution focus. We have around 35 successful implementation in just 1.5 year. And with my background of mechanical engineering and the client requirement, the gap, and the success pack, which we have implemented a lot in the last 1.5 year. So this is our journey about ERPNext. And this is a very special case for us as we delivered into the textile, where so many things we have done as an integration. We use, typical integration with their another software Stitch. So Tushar and Vivek will run a complete flow of the this complete implementation. But it's not only we can manage this in textile, but this is the what we are trying to show the capability of ERPNext. Yeah, over to Tushar. Over to you, Tushar. Yeah.
Afternoon, everyone. Myself Tushar. Okay, so now we would be starting in with the presentation for this particular topic, that is ERPNext in textile industry. Okay, so we had a use case for an apparel company which basically serves for B2B clients, and they are in the shirt manufacturing business. Okay, so they were using a software which is called Stage, where their entire production and other related activities were being going on, but they were not able to track their inventory, the accounting, and other stuff in that particular software. They were using Tally for accounting related stuff, but the entire end-to-end business life cycle was not being tracked there. So there lend a potential regarding ERPNext, as it is an open source and it provides flexibility to basically build anything on the top of the Frappe framework. Okay, so now I'll just be moving on to the next slide. Okay, so in the next slide, you can see this is the workflow of that particular organization. Now you can see this is basically a multi-company setup where we have two companies. Okay, in those two companies, first is related to ERP. That is, we get some sales orders, we procure the raw materials, we send it for subcontracting, we do the purchase invoicing and other related stuff for purchases as well. And there was another company which is there in Stage where we create styles, productions, okay, and the QC, job card tracking, and other related stuff. So this is a quick workflow of that particular company. What it does, it's a generic workflow which any textile industry would be using. Some tweaks here and there, but it is a generic workflow which that particular client uses. Okay. Just move on to the next slide. So now we will start with the key challenges which we face, that is the pain areas. Then we will be showing you the videos, that is what solutions we provided for the challenges which they faced. So I'll just complete all the challenges one by one, and then I will show you whatever solutions which we provided to that respective client with the help of video as well. Okay. So now I'll be telling you the first challenge which that particular client faced. The challenge was gap in item management. That is, there was no real-time checking of the stock in that particular software. Like it was entirely based for production and other related activities. But you were not able to get a track of the RMs, the FGs, the semi-finished goods, and the other expenses or income related stuff in that particular software. So this is one area which we addressed. That is, we streamlined the item management process in ERPNext rather than their existing software. Then variant issues. Variant issues is one thing where if you want, let's say, I'll just provide you one gist of the challenge which we faced. That is, we had to create manual BMs for each sizes. Like if you have a shirt, it has multiple sizes. It has 38, 40, 42, etc. Okay, it has colors, it has various fits, it has various textures, it has what you can say, various designs. So accordingly, they were based on these each attributes, they would have different BOMs, that is bill of materials. So rather than creating manual bill of materials, we automated that process and created a customized solution which rendered them to ease out this operation and create automatic BOMs based on a specific set of attribute. Then the third challenge was planning delays. That means there was no linkage between the sales and the production team. Like if the sales team would obviously push to get an order in any organization, but sometimes due to production issues or production incapabilities or shortage of the raw material or the required FG, there was no coordination between their particular two teams. Okay, so for that also we addressed one issue which was there, which we addressed using a production planning doc type, but in a different way by which we provided some kind of UI and other things in that. Then there was another issue, that is the tedious subcontracting issue. In subcontracting, basically, we generally don't have the we generally don't have this functionality in ERPNext that an FG can be sent to a subcontractor for doing some value addition in it. So that was not possible in ERPNext, but we built a custom solution for that and provided a solution wherein they can do the what you can say, the entire stock entries in just one click. That is, it reduce the load of the operator to do the stock entries for common RM in what you can say in a manual way. Like suppose I'll just explain this because it's one of the crux which we developed. Let's say you have five bill of materials, and in five bill of materials you have one common RM. That is, let's say it has a common RM. So whenever you are transferring that particular stock to that respective subcontracted warehouse, you would have to do that particular stock entry again and again. But what we did, we consolidated that RM into one particular line item, and we create, rather than creating multiple stock entries, we created a single stock entry, and the operator's time as well as the other complications were reduced. Now, as I have briefed you regarding the key challenges which we faced, now we would be going into the solutions part, wherein I would be telling you what all solutions we developed and what all solutions we developed and how it is interconnected with each other. Okay. Now, just click on the next slide. Okay, so this is one solution which we provided, that is real-time stock management. So what happens generally, a item is classified into groups, like whether it is raw material, semi-finished good, serviceable item, consumables, or assets and all those things. So what we did, we basically fixed this particular issue by automating the selection of items based on certain parameters. Like if it is a fixed asset, then automatically the checkbox, okay, automatically the checkbox would get ticked for the fixed asset. If it is a stockable item, okay, if it is a stockable item, then automatically the maintain stock checkbox would be getting ticked. So this is one automation which we created that I would be showing you in the video slide, which would be coming in the next slide. Okay, so now here you can see I have just added this particular video. Now you can see this is the video where we would be creating an item in the ERPNext. 1 minute. Let's enhance the quality of this video. So this is the page of item creation in ERPNext. You can see I have selected an item group called shirt. This is a custom, what you can say, custom block which we have created. It is an item name. So I'll just pause this. This particular client had a requirement that their name should also be shown in Hindi. So that is the reason we have shown item name and Hindi now of that particular item. Then as it is a shirt, it would definitely have a color. So the color variants would be showing here. That is, yes, that is we have selected a navy color, and automatically all the attributes would be created at the backend. Okay, related to that color. Also, when a shirt is there, size variant is a must checkbox. That is it would always be there. Now, as we are creating a variants, we have mentioned that it has variant stock is checked as well as the maintain stock option is checked. Now, as we have saved this particular screen, we just refresh it. Now, a template item is created. From these template items, we would be releasing the variants. Okay, now we have gone up, and we are just releasing the variants based on a particular size. Now, we have released on basis of a particular size. As soon as we release those particular variants, it is populated in the item master. Okay. Okay. Then you can see there are 5 variants of that particular template which are being created. Then I'll show you another item group. This is basically the fabric which is required to manufacture that particular item. So if I select fabric group, you can see style name called Seva is selected. Seva we are entering it. Seva is one of their style name, and based on that style they choose a particular color. Okay, and you can see this item code is there. whatever applied, whatever actual HSM code is there, that would be filled in here automatically. You are filling it. Then, yeah. So we have basically created this particular item and now we are saving it. But what it is saying, as it is a what you can say fabricated item, we need to specify some uh, count construction, which basically indicates the properties of that particular seva and that particular fabric which we are going to use. So this is the 50 BCI 130 into 90. Okay. Now we are creating another item, okay, which is basically tags. That is, okay, that is labels basically. Whatever labels are being associated. Now here you can see this is one automation which we did. Now, as soon as I type the label here, label title, it will automatically get prefixed. It will automatically get suffixed to the item code. Here you can see at the top. As I typed Seva here, the item code got created. Okay. And you can see in this particular template is created. And again, we would be what you can say releasing the variants based on a particular size. Okay. This particular variant is being released. I go to items, you can see based on a particular what you can say title, I have created item name and item code, and that particular things are being shown here. Okay. If I just, if it is refreshed, now this is one automation which I was talking about, that whenever we select an item group, let's say if it is an expense, then if it is an expense group, then it would be a serviceable item and the maintain stock button should get removed. So this is what I am going to show you in this particular video. I'll just again resume the video and show you. Now we are just selecting the code here. We'll select the HSN code for the serviceable item. Select the unit of measurement, and as soon as I save, this particular checkbox will get auto pop. This particular you'll just show you. If I save this particular what you can say item, you can see this particular checkbox got unchecked automatically. Okay, so this is one automation by which this is one automation which basically reduces the chances of manual errors and thereby increases the what you can say the optimization of that particular system. We'll go on to the next solution which we developed. Okay. Solution which is there. Here you can see that this was one of the issue which the client faced when there was that is variant of BOMs. That is one BOM, if it is a template item, it should have multiple, what you can say, variants of it. Okay, so those particular variants based on the size, color, and variations that would be shown in this particular video. Okay, now I'll be showing you that particular video as well, the solution which we built. I'll just run this video and enhance the quality as well. The video has just been started. Now here you can see, I'll just provide you a brief why BOM is required. BOM basically stands for Bill of Material. The Bill of Material basically, whatever items you wish to create, means whatever items you wish to produce, that is being served here and the respective raw materials are also being added. So start again. So here we are selecting the template item, that is Seva Navy, which we just created. Okay. And here I would be selecting all the raw materials, like whatever raw materials are required to manufacture that particular product. I'm just selecting that. Okay. Here you can see, I'll just fast forward this particular slide so that doesn't take much of your time. Here you can see. Here you can see the quantities are being set, whatever raw materials are being required. And here you can see we have added one routing process. So routing is basically for creation of job card. Like routing, we set some template. Let's say if we are doing some in this particular thing, we have set all those templates, and based on that, operations will get populated here. Now, as soon as we select a particular routing option, you can see all the operations like cutting, stitching, uh, all those things are being shown here. Now you can see I have just submitted this particular BOM. As soon as I submit that particular BOM, here on the top you can see a create variant BOM is being shown here. So this basically is a button by which we can create the BOMs automatically. That is, you don't have to duplicate this BOM and create the BOM again and again. You can create the variant BOM that is automatically from the system based on certain customizations will be done. Now we just click on the create BOM as it is a multi-company setup for which company that BOM needs to be created, that is mentioned here. As soon as I submit this particular BOM, you can see multiple BOMs got created and with the different sizes as well, like 38, 40, 42, 46 and all those things. Now you can see this was the template BOM which we created, and based on that all the respective sizes got changed. Also this particular item, it got updated automatically, that is the labels seva 46. Like if that particular shirt which we are going to manufacture, if it is of size 46, then these particular labels should also be inserted. So this also got automatically updated. So this is one automation and automatic creation of BOM which we have done for this particular client. Here you can see, so as I'm showing you, based on each particular item size, one BOM is created, like 44, 46, 42, this is 40 size number. Then the third solution which we provided that I talked in the previous slide, which was that is we don't have a proper linkage or proper coordination between the sales and the production team. So for that, we needed to have something which is a connected planning. That is, all operations should be visible on a single page. That is mapping the real-time process of a particular thing. Okay, so what we are going to do, I'll just show you in this next slide. So it's basically a UI which we have created and automated some process by which the data entry part of that particular operator will get reduced. So I'll just play the next video. Yeah. So as we have to plan a particular production, we would go to the production planning. And in the production planning, as we are creating a make to order scenario. So now I'll just also explain why production planning is required. Whenever you get a sales order, planning is important, whether to make sure that your production team is also on board regarding the sales and other related activities. So what you need to make sure that you have to plan your production, then only you can provide the delivery to that respective client. Okay, so for that, a production planning doc type, which is already available in ERPNext, we have used it, but we have provided some customized layouts and customized UI for that I'll be showing you here. So we are selecting the sales order, we are selecting the finished goods which needs to be manufactured, and we are selecting a planned start date to start this particular operation. That is one field which was there in child table. You can see in this particular child table that field was there, but we have kept it at the front so that it is easy for the user to identify and perform its duties. Now you can see, as we are going to procure the raw material, any production cannot be started unless and until you have the required raw materials. If you have those raw materials, then only you can do the production. If you don't have those raw materials, then you have to do material request, then you have to do the purchasing of that. Basically, all the procurement guys in an organization, they would come into picture and they have to procure all those things here. Okay. Now we have just selected those particular items there, and I'm just saving this particular document. You can see the required raw material list is there. Here you can also see some quantities are available for this particular packing material called button. This is there in some quantities. Okay, so we don't need to procure that as well. Okay, now, okay. Yeah, so this is the interconnected, what you can say, connecting planning which we have developed for that particular client. That is all the work orders, all the sales orders linked to that particular item. Also the operations, they are shown in a single screen. And once this document gets submitted, you will see some changes here that also I'll explain you once we go ahead with this. Now we are submitting this document. Once the document has been submitted, you would be okay. Okay, this is okay. So we would be basically now you can see as I have submitted the document, I'd be creating a work order. I'll be first creating the material request as I have to procure a raw material, and then I would be creating a work order. So you can see work orders got created as it has five what you can say assembly items, that is production items. Five work orders got created, but in case work orders, if that operator makes a mistake and creates duplicate work orders, then what to do? So to tackle that, we have provided one option here. Whatever duplicate work orders are there that are being tagged as duplicate, and we can delete all those duplicated work orders in a single click by clicking on this option called delete all. Now in this video, it would be shown here. We would again do that particular duplication and show you like now 10 duplicate work orders are created, right? But actually we have five only. So to make sure that proper work orders are being addressed, we'll just click on delete all 10. You can see again five work orders which were there, they are being shown here, right? So also we can submit all those work orders in bulk from this particular system directly. As soon as I submit this particular work orders, you can see the work order got submitted. But since the work order is linked with some operations, the operation is still not started. So that also we would be showing you in the next slide. So you can see there were multiple operations associated with those particular VMs. So that is the reason so many number of job cards got created. Here you can see in this particular screen, you can see there were multiple job cards created as per the operations which were defined in the bill of material. Okay. Now we'll be closing this video and you can see there was another solution. There was another problem which we addressed was the complex subcontracting flow. We addressed that particular issue. Okay. Okay. By we can address, so we address that particular issue by making sure that we create consolidated RM stock entries for subcontracting process. And one thing is that in ERPNext, we were not able to do what you can say subcontracting of a finished goods. You always need to send subcontracted of the FG goods as well. So for that, we have reduced that particular, or we have overridden that particular functionality, and we have provided one solution to the client that I'll be starting in this particular video. You can see as we are going to do subcontracting, we are again at the what you can say subcontracting flow, or we are again in the production planning flow. And here basically when we create, okay, when we click on this particular option, like we are doing the same process again. Okay, now here you can see if this particular what you can say item, it is linked to subcontracting, that is it is included in for subcontracting at the master level, that is at that particular checkbox. And if it is linked there, then we have to make sure that against all the PO items, we have to specify the subcontractor's name, that is the job worker or supplier's name. I'll just again start the video, and here if I go down, you can see beside in front of the item code, there is a column which shows the job worker supplier. So here I need to fill in all my suppliers, that is the subcontracting suppliers, where I would be what you can say providing those particular materials and getting some value addition on that particular thing. So yeah. So now this is the raw materials which are required to make sure that that particular production plan is being addressed. Okay. And if I submit this particular production plan, you can see there at the top you will get an option to create material request. But since it is a subcontracted related flow, I'd directly be creating a job order. As soon as I click on job order, you can see job work PO was being released, and that PO is basically of the nature called subcontracting. Okay, now we'll just open this particular PO. So now on the, okay, you can see all the relevant information got fetched here. Also, you can see here a checkbox is mentioned saying that it is a job work PO. Also, this particular option of re-update supplier, why it is being given here? It is being given here to fetch the GST details of that respective supplier. Okay, so that is being done. As soon as I click on re-update, you can see I'll just specify the supplier warehouse as well, and you can see all the related stuff and the pricing and all those things. The GST rate, it is calculated automatically as soon as I click on that re-update button. Here you can see this is one custom table which we made, that is for raw material summary. As I told you, if five particular BO, if you are manufacturing five items and five items have different BOMs, but they have one item in common. So for that one item which is in common nature, for that I should not be releasing or I should not be doing stock entries multiple times. So I should be getting a consolidated quantities of all those five raw materials which are all that of that particular single raw material which is common in five BOMs, and that particular thing is addressed here. And okay. And here you can see that all those particular raw materials which were required to manufacture that particular product, that is sending for subcontracting, will be shown here, and I'll be submitting the purchase order. So once this particular purchase order is being submitted, so you can see what we have done. So we have addressed this particular thing. Now we'll go to the transfer option, transfer material to supplier. So this is the entry which I was talking about. Like here you can see all the items, basically they would be appearing in a consolidated view by just clicking on that particular get raw material consolidated option. Okay, as soon as I click on that particular button, what it gave me, from all the five BOMs, the required raw material, it gave me a consolidated view, like for all the five items to manufacture, the required raw material that needs to be sent to the subcontract. So it basically provided me a consolidated view here. So now from here, I will have the option, like whoever is the authority, they will have the option to change those things. And I would be submitting this stock entry. Okay. As soon as this particular stock entry is being submitted, you can see this table also got updated. You can see the table also got updated. Like the required, like what happened here, that the actual required quantity was 6,000, but we issued 7,000 plus 1,000. That is 7,000 plus 1,000 basically indicate we have issued extra quantity. Okay, so that is being mentioned here as well. So this particular table is a dynamic table where on the top also, okay, where you can see at the bottom line as well. If I just go there, the download CSP option also was available. Then we would be doing a normal GRN process, that is goods received note, and we would be inverting the stock which was there in the that we sent to the subcontractor basically. Okay. And as soon as I submit this, okay. Okay. So now this particular GRN. So now this particular GRN, it is being submitted. What we just witnessed was how we were able to consolidate the raw materials in a single stock entry, and thereby reducing the manual work of a particular operator who is going to operate that particular setup. Now, to make sure that the other things related to WO count is being managed, that is single click job orders against the multiple work orders which we have created. That is something which we will address now. This is a unique functionality which we have built. That is, you can submit the job cards in bulk with just a single click. That I would be addressing in this particular option. That is WO count basically. It's a terminology which they use, and for that we have created one document, basically a doc type, which is called WO count. So you can see here there is an option of adding a job card. So against as we have procured the raw material and we are going to add a job card. Job card needs to be assigned to the respective employees, as well as the workstation needs to be defined, and whatever operation is there, that also needs to be defined. The job card rate and all those things, that is also being defined here. So job card rate is basically the operational rate which that particular company wishes to. Okay. Then here we can see the WO quantity is 400. So what I am doing, this WO quantity is 400 and I am inserting a quantity of 300. So the job card or whatever work or whatever job cards are being created, that would be created only for 300 quantities, and the rest remaining, that is 100 quantities, that would also be addressed here. Okay. Now we can see in the last item, you can see job card is being updated here. This is one slide which is shown here. In the here there is a button which is given, that is for view production planning, wherein you can check against which particular production planning I am going to do the what you can say the WO count. The other thing which we just told you, that as the WO quantity was 400, but the issued quantity or the inserted quantity was 300. So accordingly, the respective operations got updated. That is, the completed operations got 300 out of 400. Here also it got 300 out of 400. But at the last, you can see, as we intentionally mentioned and wanted to show that the required quantity was 400, but we mentioned it as 450. So so this particular, what you can say, work order, it got overproduced by 50 quantities. So that is the reason the label called overproduction is being shown here. If I just again start this particular video, here you can see this is a connected planning sort of UI which we have made, and that would be shown here. Now again, whatever what I can say, next WO count, whatever operations or job cards we need to release again. That is another process which we are trying to create here. We basically set the job card rate, and here we are going to insert the quantity. Now we can see that is 400 at the moment, and we are going to insert the remaining quantity here, that is 400 again. If I try to insert it, okay, you can see if I just try to save this particular thing, you can see production planning errors, because I have been assigned 400 quantities, and then again on the top of that you are excessively transferring that particular material. So that is not being allowed here. So that basically is being managed here. That I'll just show you. We'll just quickly run through this as well. Here you can see, as he has mentioned, because the balance quantity is 100, what you can say, 300 quantities are being already used, but the balance quantity is 100. So you can see whatever overdues are there, that is also being tracked here. Okay. We are inserting those particular quantities here. Okay. And as soon as I click on submit, here you can see the job cards got updated. Why it got updated? Because it was a different operation. Initially, in the previous slide or in the previous section of the video, you saw basically you have seen that cutting operation got changed. But now there was another operation which is called back front that got changed. And the same, again, the same we used here. We used 300, 300, 300. So 300 quantities were being utilized here. Okay. And if I go to production plan again and check the particular status of this particular entire operations. So this is the same process. You have to repeat it again, and all the related stuff you can check here, like whatever issue quantity was there, whatever overproduction was there. Now, one thing which we addressed, that we have not basically manufactured that particular item. That is, we have not created a stock entry for manufacturing that particular good. That is, the stock entry called manufacturer is being not set in. So as soon as we click on add shirt ready and we select the respective employee here, okay, okay, that is finishing, that is the finishing department, that is the finished goods would be shown here, and we would be doing the same stuff again here. We would be inserting 3 quantities. Since we are manufacturing 300 quantities, then it is obvious that you have to create finished goods of 300 quantities only. So stock entries got created automatically here as well. Okay, I'll just run through this. Okay. So you can see the stock entry got submitted and it was of the type finished, that is manufacturing. And if I just go down, or you can see here, you can see the entire whatever quantities the W order was, the work orders which we released basically, whatever quantities were being completed that are being shown here. Like if I just, if we, I'll just show you this now. Here you can see in this particular section of the video, here you can see the produced quantity is 300, but the planned quantity was 400. So we have still 100 quantities that needs to be produced. So this is one UI which we developed. I'll be going on to the next issue. And one unique, another functional advantage or functional uniqueness which we created in this particular client's implementation, it is the hourly operated report, wherein the entire what you can say job related activity and its pricing and the rates, they are being calculated. Like when a labor works overtime, or if he is working nightly, if he's if he's taking some food and all those things. So all that particular things are being calculated in this particular hourly operated report. If I just show you the particular video of this. So this is a report wherein you can check, you have to just filter it from the job workers who are doing. There is certain, what you can say, a certain set of rates which are being set here, and as per his what you can say work order count or job order count, this particular calculation is being done. The amount of shirts he manufactures or makes, based on that his earning and what is his rate of earning, that is being set in the master itself, whatever master we created. For that we have created an earning sheet. So if I just click on add earning sheet, the employee name would be selected. Like let's say if this particular employee is selected, then what is the source of that particular earning sheet? Then what is the overtime? Where you can see, this is also one thing which we created, that whatever values you are putting in, same as that, based on the values which you are putting, the record, that is the earning sheet type child table, gets updated automatically, and all the line items get inserted automatically as soon as you enter a particular value in that particular field. So now what we have done, we have submitted this earning sheet, and if I go back to that report again and just to refresh it, okay, and check with that particular employee, you can see that particular amount got updated here, and you can just group it by employee to check that particular column which is being inserted, that is the entire rate and all. This is one thing which is connected planning, that is we developed a separate UI. As I showed you with the production planning, there was a UI wherein the work orders, the job cards, as well as the sales orders, they are being shown in one particular window. For that we have just attached one screenshot here that I'll show you. So this is how the entire screenshot would look like. There is a particular color coding system which we have followed here. That is, if you are in progress, then it would be showing you in orange. If it is in overproduction, then it would be showing in pink. And if it is completed, then the normal signature, then the normal sign, that is, it would show you in green. So this is one screenshot which we attached here. Okay, then what are the smart integrations which we did? One is the stitch integrations because they wanted that some part should remain in the particular software called Stitch. So for that we have created basically through APIs and all those technical details, we have created a stitch integration which automatically updates the production plan from the designs or from the item variants which get created in the ERPNext. So for that also we have a short video for that. I'll just show you. Okay, I will just run through this. Okay. So what happens whenever a sales order is being created in ERPNext, that is automatically synced to the Stitch and it will also get registered as one of the sales order. Okay, now if I just in this particular second window of the browser, here you can see this is the Stitch window, and if you go to styles, here if I just enter that sales order, you can see that sales order is automatically synced here. So every 10 to 15 minutes we have this syncing available, and that we basically sync the entire sales order from the ERPNext to the Stitch so that the so since it is a multi-company setup, so some companies manage their production in ERPNext and some companies manage their production in Stitch. Okay, so that is one thing which we have done here. If I just see, you can see the sales order number is tracked. Also, the sizes, that is, this is not like this is a what you can say custom field which was there. I just go down. You can see whatever sizes are there, that is 38, 40, 42. Yeah. And the last integration was related to the biometric, that is the payroll and other attendance related process. Okay, to track the efficiency and productivity of an employee. So this is also a biometric link which we have done to that particular software. If I just show you the video of this particular slide as well. So there was an option in ERPNext which was called sync biometric settings. So from this particular settings, we can basically sync to any device. Like if you have the API of that particular software and the particular machine, then we can sync all that data in this particular system. And you can see here we have pasted the URL and whatever response, that is whatever fields need to be mapped and fields need to be added here that are being shown here. Okay, just one load mapping field. So you can see the drop down, that is the API field, and which field it needs to be mapped, that is being shown here, that is user ID, log and other. So it's basically to manage their payroll and other related stuff, that is their attendance and biometric tracking and all those things. So this is one functionality which we have developed for that particular client. Here, if I just go to scheduled, so if I go to the technical side of it, we have basically used the scheduled job type, that is we have done a cron job, and as soon as you click on execute, you can see the employee checkings and all those things, they automatically get booked. So the scheduler job basically runs every 1 hour. So so with the conclusion, so now we've just come to the conclusion of the webinar. So what we as a company decided that we should step into this particular industry and challenge ourselves. And we also did integrate with two softwares, that is Stitch and biometric integration for automation. We basically streamlined their entire business life cycle, right from the sales part to the accounting as well as the GST compliance part as well. So we basically shifted to ERP, saying to build basically a scalable, efficient, and future-ready setup for that particular client. And we were able to achieve this particular setup around roughly around 4 months, something like that. That particular system is now being live.
And I will definitely say thanks to Tushar for a detailed walkthrough on the use case and you dealt with. I think this is one of those complex use case with many complexity where we got to see how ERPNext can effortlessly adapt into any kind of industry, given a little bit of customization and implementations wherein partners like Exacuer jump into and help to you know scale your business. So anything, Ganesh, Tushar, would you like to end with the webinar with?
Yeah, so we just wanted to thank you, Frappe team, and every viewer today. Almost 120 people have joined this. So thank you so much for attending this. We have tried to show on the video, but if you really want to see the detailed demo or any use case, the ERPNext is an amazing platform and amazing with amazing capabilities. So we will definitely give them a detailed demo. And thank you again. Thank you, Frappe team, for arranging this webinar and showing our capabilities in this. Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
thank you so much, Ganesh. Thank you, Tushar. Thank you, Team Exacuer, for this wonderful session.